got them. We got them.
You can always tell when a black woman loves white guys by how untamed her hair is. Okay, that comment is giving accurate.
So there's this discussion that you can tell by a black girl's hair that she's dating a white man. Mostly because the partners can't tell a good hair day from a bad hair day. But let's see if that's actually true from this couple.
Babe.
Yep.
Does my hair look like I'm dating a white guy?
What?
Does my hair look like I'm dating a white guy?
Does your hair look like you're dating a white guy? What does that even mean?
You know when black girls date white guys, their hair just doesn't look good. It looks like we're dating a white guy. Like you guys can't tell if our hair looks good or bad. You can't tell if the wig looks like a wig. So I want to know if my hair looks. Does it look like I'm dating you?
Let me see.
Okay.
Maybe this side looks like you're dating a white guy.
This one.
Yeah, but this side looks pretty good.
See, I would think this side looks like I'm dating a white guy.
To me, her hair looks beautiful, but maybe that's because I'm just a true definition of hard wig, hard life. So I don't know. But it's interesting that he chose the part with the edges laid, because the whole discussion is that black women's hair looks a mess when married to white men than when married to black men. But why is that?
So the joke that's going around TikTok about you can tell if a black woman is married to a white man based on how her hair looks is kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. But as a woman who is black herself and is also married to a white guy, I have a theory as to why this might be the case. Quick disclaimer, this is all anecdotal based on my personal experience. There's no data or evidence to back up these claims whatsoever, so please take it with that in mind. When I got married to my husband, we moved to Michigan and we didn't have any family out here or any friends, so I basically had to rebuild my life. And a big part of rebuilding your life as a black woman is finding someone who can do your hair, especially if you can't do your hair yourself. Like, I can do a ponytail, I can do a flat twist, but I can't do anything else. And we live in a place in Michigan where there's not a lot of black people, and therein lies my theory. When black women marry white men and they move to those communities that are largely white, they don't have anyone to do their hair, so it looks messed up.
I used to actively be aware of women that have white husbands. Like, I would just look at them and be like, there's something about them that just tells me that they have a white husband. And then fast forward a few years later, I'm living in France with a white man. And the thing is, let me explain, okay? Here's the thing. We live in an area where I think I'm the only black person. Like, I've seen one or two black kids, but... And the thing is, I went to the local supermarket, and there will literally be like nothing for black women, like hair products, face, everything, nothing. And then that makes me, look online, like where's the nearest salon for people like me? And then it's like 75 kilometers away. And I have to think, like, do I really want to take 2 trains for a hair appointment and pay like €6 per packet for hair? Or am I just gonna order online on AliExpress and then do my own hair? And this is the result, where someone can definitely recognize that, yeah. That's the thing, like, there's just no one there to do, like, hair. And it's a whole different situation. I was still with my husband, then boyfriend, when I was in South Africa. Like, my hair was slayed, because, like, obviously, my sisters, salons, everything was there. But as soon as I moved here, like, my hair journey, I had dreadlocks. I had to cut them off, because it's like, no one, who's gonna crochet my hair? The nearest salon is in Paris. I'm in the south of France. What are we gonna do about that? And I'm really thinking of getting my dreadlocks back, but like, it's a thing that I have to like think about and be like, okay, I have to learn how to crochet my own hair. It's yeah. But then another thing is that my white husband, he like really encourages like messy hair. Like, he doesn't know the difference. Like, my hair would be looking like a mess, and he'd be like, no, you're so beautiful. I'm like, girl, you don't know.
Let me just say one thing. I made it quite clear when I got in a relationship with a white man and decided to marry him. And we were talking about next steps, where we were going to move, where we were going to relocate. And it wasn't an option. Moving out of the skirts, out of London, out of places that I am not a quick train distance to get my hair done, get my nails done, was not an option. And I actually applaud all the black women on this app that said, for love, I will leave a very good metropolitan area with well-educated expertise of black hair and move to the sticks and hold on to this old-ass closure wig as long as I can. That's love. I didn't have that type of love. I had more love for maintaining myself than maintaining the relationship. And if I'm wrong for that, I'm wrong for that. This is me coming out the bed, and I think my hair is looking better than some others.
Also, what some other black women and men tend to refer to as hair that's not done or messy is just hair in its natural state that other races don't have a problem with.
I'm just coming on here to let you know that this specific hairstyle had them all looking at me in the grocery store, and I mean, they were looking and smiling, and I smiled back. I was polite. So do with this info what you will, but that's it, girls. If you know, you know.
This is a super interesting thing to me because there are all kinds of little jokes about black women who are married to white men having like bad wigs. And by bad wigs, I mean, you can either tell like it's a cheap wig or like their weave isn't right. Like you can see new growth, blah, blah, blah. The thing that has always stood out to me when I was dating, and I dated lots of different ethnicities of men, was that black men were the only men who made comments about how I should change myself and my look. And the ironic thing is that I have natural hair. I've been keeping my hair braided because I fucked the color and it's like all kinds of fucked up, the color. But when I was natural and I was dating and I would date black men, so many of them would try and suggest to me gently how I should change my hair and be different. And absolutely every time it was, you should straighten your hair. You would be so much prettier. You know, you'd look more exotic if. And these standards that they had was almost always just, I feel like, for black women. And black women have adopted these things because a lot of times what we say is like, it's white supremacy, it's this, that, and that. And of course, a bit of that is that. But whenever I dated non-black men, I never got comments about how I should change myself. Specifically, how I would change myself to fit a more European kind of beauty standard. And this isn't really about what black men do, but how black women have internalized this idea that we need to look and be a certain way, especially our hair, because it's such a big deal and has been, especially in the United States. Because coming to Europe, I have found that Europeans generally have no idea what our hair is supposed to do or what it looks like. They have no fucking clue. And I remember, this is a quick story, I was babysitting a friend's daughter unexpectedly for days, and I had to do her hair. And my biggest concern was that I was going to send her to school with fucked up hair, and someone's going to judge my lack of skills with like daughters because I don't have girls. And I honestly don't even know where it came from, like the stress that I put myself under. But her dad is white and her mom is black. But her dad later was like, "Girl, don't worry about it. Who cares?" And even now, like my partner, besides my hair looking like the Joker because it's kind of green, he doesn't care what I do with my hair. I just really want black women to think about that.
I also feel like sometimes these men won't say anything, even though they've actually noticed your wig looking a mess, whatever that is to you. And given the cultural differences, I feel like sometimes they're just trying to make sure they don't say anything offensive, so it's much easier to just not say anything at all.
I'm passing the phone to someone who doesn't realize that hard wig, soft life definitely applies to them.
Oh, really? I'm passing the phone to somebody who doesn't realize that the state of their wife's wig is a direct reflection of how broke they are.
What are you doing? You wrote this. You told me to say this.
You are a white man, you will survive it.
If I get canceled, we are homeless. I'm passing the phone to someone who thinks leaving her fake eyelashes around the house is an Olympic sport.
Yeah, eh? I'm passing the phone to somebody who wants to police women's bodies, black women at that, and judge the way that we relax at the end of the day and the way that we choose to unwind and live a soft life.
Dude, why are you doing this? You told me you just wanted to film like a little funny video. You're making me look like a monster.
Nobody said reparations was going to be easy.
Okay, that was just funny, but you get the point. So it's either that or they only say something when they really have to, like this guy.
What did you do?
I got caught in the rain.
How much water hit your hair?
Just a little bit. It was just a little bit. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Now I gotta redo all of it.
That's crazy.
I know.
So when you say you're transitioning...
I'm talking about my hair.
Okay, just joking.
So sometimes it's a level of comfort you have with the person. Sometimes it's just because you don't want them to perceive you in a certain light that isn't actually true to who you are. So it's much easier to just be like, that's fine. But I also still think that the blindness to what good hair is among white partners is also still true. Anyway, the most important thing is that you're with somebody that actually celebrates you. Go where you are celebrated and loved.